Are you thinking of moving to Middletown, Kentucky? This charming Louisville neighborhood really does have it all. Great restaurants, easy commutes, convenient location. Middletown offers the perfect blend of community and convenience. So in today's video, I'm going to hop on the map with you and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about living in Middletown, Kentucky. We're going to go over where to shop, where to eat, where to send your kids to school, what neighborhoods you should check out within Middletown. So if you're thinking of living there, this is a video you won't want to miss. I'm Katie Skeen, a local realtor here in Louisville, Kentucky, and let's jump right into it. Okay, I want to go ahead and show you all exactly where Middletown is located within Louisville, Kentucky. It is considered to be one of our East home rule class cities. In Louisville, we don't actually have suburbs. We actually have these things called independent rule class cities. Middletown is one of those. It actually has a population of 9,630, and it's located within Jefferson County. So when we look at it in the scope of our city, as many of two outer belts, 265 is called the Gene Snyder Expressway, and Middletown is located just inside of that Gene Snyder Expressway. Now, the inner outer belt is 264, which is the Watterson Expressway, and you are located quite a bit outside of that Watterson Expressway, although you'll still have really easy access to get to the Watterson on 64. We have Interstate 64 that is located right here. That will take you all the way over to Lexington, Kentucky. So when you think about Middletown, you have really great access to the Gene Snyder and then to 64. And these can get you connected whether you're coming over here to the Watterson or if you need to get up going to the north, you could always take the Gene Snyder up to Interstate 71 to head up towards Cincinnati. And then you could even take it all the way over across this Easton Bridge to get up to 65 North. Of course, you could head south this way along the Gene Snyder to get to 65 South if you're going towards Nashville. So lots of easy connectivity to our different expressways here in Louisville. When we're talking about access to some of these major cities, it takes an hour and 8 minutes to get from Middletown. You're a little bit further east within Louisville, so it's going to take you a little bit less time to get over to Lexington. As far as going on up to Cincinnati, Ohio, it's taking an hour and 33 minutes. If you're wanting to go on up to Indianapolis, Indiana, it's going to take you around an hour and 56 minutes. And if you're looking at going down to Nashville, Tennessee, it takes about 2 hours and 43 minutes. So as you can see, Middletown is really conveniently located next to these expressways that can get you out to any of these mid-major cities that we have surrounding us in Kentucky. If we look at some of our local commute times within the city, if you're needing to go to downtown for work, it's saying right now that it takes about 21 minutes to get downtown. Now, of course, during rush hour, you could see anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes, depending on the traffic. It's having you take Interstate 64 to get into the city. I think that's a good way to go, although sometimes there's construction, sometimes it's backed up. Of course, when you're coming down into this, what we call Spaghetti Junction area, that is an area in particular that can get really backed up because all of the freeways are coming together right there near downtown. Now, of course, another option if you want to stay off the interstate is you could take Shelbyville Road this way, and you could even stay on Shelbyville Road all the way into downtown if you wanted to. That would take a good 35 minutes probably, but you could avoid interstate traffic that way. Now, as far as access to our airport, it looks like it takes about 18 minutes without traffic to get from Middletown, Kentucky down to the airport. Not too bad, but again, a lot of it is dependent on traffic. It's going to be mostly freeway to get down to the airport. And so it should be a pretty easy thing to do, especially if you're traveling during a less traffic time of the day. Now, many people choosing to live in Middletown are actually choosing this because of its proximity to some of these industrial parkways. One place where you have a lot of businesses and office buildings is this Hurstbourne Parkway area. So you are very close down Shelbyville Road to get to Hurstbourne Parkway. There's all sorts of little businesses up in here. A lot of people work in those areas. Now, another popular place where people work, of course, is out in Jeffersontown. There's quite a few industrial parkways and all of that. Now, another easy access is to come down Blankenbaker, and there's quite a bit out here as far as the industrial parkway. Different office buildings and warehouses and industry are out in that Jeffersontown area. So if you're working in either one of those spots, which a lot of people do, you're going to have very convenient access from the Middletown neighborhoods. And I think that's why a lot of people actually choose to work and live in that area. Before I show you some of my favorite places to eat in the Middletown neighborhood, I just wanted to pause and tell you what a privilege it is for me to make these videos for you. I have people reaching out to me every single day who are relocating to the Louisville, Kentucky area. And as much as I love making these videos, I enjoy even more helping people just like you relocate to Louisville or within the Louisville area. So if you're thinking about making the move in Louisville and you're interested in the Middletown neighborhood, please go ahead and take a second. I'm going to put my contact information right here. I would love to hear from you. Send me a text, give me a quick call, or send me an email, even book a Zoom invite, and I can help you get started with all of the steps that you need to take to be able to make your move to Louisville, Kentucky. Let's talk about all of the great dining options that are so conveniently located right within the Middletown neighborhood. Now, when I put in restaurants, all of them come up right here on this Shelbyville Road. So Middletown is this area right here. Shelbyville Road is the main drag that's taking you right through the center of Middletown. And let's take a look at some of these restaurants. Now, all of my favorites are actually out here right on Shelbyville Road. So you have so many good options. The first one I want to mention to you is Havana Rumba. I love Havana Rumba. Okay, my family goes here all the time. So I just want to show you some of these pictures. Great Cuban food. I absolutely love, they have this shrimp dish. They have a lot of great drinks there. This looks like the steak chimichurri with the plantains. It's just really a delicious place. Ooh, that's chips and queso. I'm sorry. My family loves to get that. My kids absolutely love to eat that. Another one that I really love is actually, we're going to zoom in a little bit more here. Where is it? It should be right next to Havana Rumba. Here we go. Simply Thai. This is another one of my favorite restaurants, and it's located right next to Havana Rumba. So let's take a look at this. Now, of course, this is Thai food, so you have to be a little bit more adventurous. If you don't venture outside of American food, you might not like this. That's really good. This is like chicken and rice in a pineapple, and the presentation is really beautiful, but also it tastes really delicious. Pad Thai, that looks like what that is. That's what I actually like to get there. So if you like Thai food, this might be a good option for you. Some other options worth noting would be Louisville, which is right down here. Another one is Big Bad Breakfast. A lot of people like that. And then if you head out to this area out here, this shopping plaza, you have got all sorts of great fast casual kind of options. Taziki's is my favorite lunch spot. Biscuit Belly is a great breakfast location. And then there actually is a Joella's out here. It's Nashville, like hot fried chicken, I think is what that's called. But all of those options are really great fast casual options, and I like all of them very much. Now, as far as shopping is concerned, when we put it to the Target test, you're going to be so impressed. Here is Target right here. It is literally right in Middletown. So no matter where you live in a Middletown neighborhood, you are like 5 to 7 minutes from this Middletown Target. And I've got to say, this is mostly in Louisville. It takes 10 to 15 minutes to get to any Target, but in Middletown, you are very conveniently located right there. They also have a lot of other stores in this Target area. So let's go ahead and check some of those out. Of course, you have a ton of food in that area as well. And then right next to Target, literally right next to it, is Walmart. So if you are a Walmart shopper, it's in that area. Over here, you have Petco for all of your pet needs. And then Kroger is one of the main grocery stores, of course, that you'll utilize in Louisville. You are also not that far from Aldi. Here it is right here. It's literally all on Shelbyville Road. When I say it, it's true. There is an Aldi on Shelbyville Road in that same general area. So you're going to have lots of shopping options, lots of grocery store options. All right, as far as Costco, you are going to have to go a little bit further to get to Costco. Honestly, Middletown, right in the middle between the two Costcos, is probably 15 to 20 minutes either way. I would recommend probably going up to this one up in this area in the Norton Commons area. It takes freeway to get there, but the other Costco is actually located right down here. So it's really not a far drive either. You would just come out to 64, come down to the Waterson, and you would get down here to your Costco. Either way, it's a pretty easy shot either direction if you're wanting to shop at Costco. You're also really close and conveniently located to this Hurstbourne Parkway area. Of course, you have Lowe's, There is a Home Depot, maybe somewhere around in here up on Shelbyville Road, but not far. You've got those big box retailers as well. And then if you're wanting to get down to the mall area, you're just going to shoot straight down Shelbyville Road. And we've got the Oxmoor Mall here and Mall of St. Matthews. If you go a little bit further down Shelbyville Road, you are going to have your Whole Foods Market, which is just outside the mall area. And then a little bit further down, you've got the Trader Joe's. So it's really getting across Shelbyville Road. Sometimes this mall area gets congested with traffic, but you've got really easy access to all of these different places within Louisville that you get to. There's also a lot of fast food and fast casual down here on Hurstbourne Parkway. Now, there is one little special part of Middletown that I want to make sure that you are aware of. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go, Main Street. There is this really cute little Main Street area of Middletown, and they have these cute little shops. Okay, you've got the historic Middletown Museum right down in this area, like I was telling you. And then there's actually a gas station from the 1920s. Here's this little downtown area. Yeah, look at how cute it is. It's so cute. I think it's down this way. But you have some retail, you have some stores, you have a few little shops and restaurants in this downtown little area. It is very charming, and it's just a little hidden secret. Here it is. There is that like original gas station that was built in the 1920s. It's still there. It's just so cute, and it's just a little bit of historic charm in that downtown Middletown area. Now, as far as recreation is concerned in the Middletown area, I'm going to point out a couple of things to you. One area is Sky Zone. Okay, this is a trampoline park. This would be for families and kids. I guess adults could go there too, but probably you're not going to go there unless you're with your kids. Another one is out here where it says Blind Squirrel. Actually, right by that is a sports complex called King Louie's. They have sand volleyball there all year round. Those leagues are a lot of fun and a great way to meet people in Louisville if you like sand volleyball. As far as country clubs are concerned, the two closest would be Lake Forest Country Club out here. And then you also have another country club over here in the Hurstbourne neighborhood called Hurstbourne Country Club. So if you're looking for golf, tennis, pool with your country clubs, those are going to be your two closest country club options. And then, of course, you have the Plainview Swim and Tennis Center over here in this Plainview neighborhood. That is, anybody can join that. It's public. You don't have to be sponsored, and you can even buy a day pass there, but you can purchase summertime memberships for the pool and tennis there. It's very reasonable. There's also a playground there. So it's really nice and a more affordable option if you're wanting to do swimming in the summer. Another notable thing that I actually want to point out to you is the largest church in the state of Kentucky is right here in Middletown. It's called Southeast Christian Church. I'm not exactly sure where it is on the national scale, but it is even top 10 biggest churches in the nation. I think it's something like 16,000 people go to church there. So if you're looking for that type of a church, then you might want to consider visiting Southeast. But it is one of those really large mega church. A couple neighborhood options that I want to point out to you. You have a lot of little developments and subdivisions. You even have some streets that aren't really in neighborhoods, but they're just more of a windy rural kind of a street. A very popular close by neighborhood would be this Douglas Hill. So it has a lot of really nice options for you. It's a more established neighborhood with parks and swimming and different opportunities, especially for families. And then lastly, if you're looking for something a little bit more upscale, you could come out here. Just outside of Middletown is this Lake Forest neighborhood. Lake Forest is a prestigious golf community with luxury homes. So if that's the vibe you're going for, you're going to want to definitely check out this Lake Forest area. Okay, let's take a minute and talk about some of our school choices. A lot of you might have family and children, and you're wondering, if we live in Middletown, where in the world are my children going to go to school? The main reside school for the public school system, which is Jefferson County Public Schools, is going to be Middletown Elementary, located right here. Now, it has a great schools rating of 4 out of 10. And I have told you all before that JCPS is complicated. For elementary school, you're going to have 5 or 6 different choices based on your address if you live in Middletown. A couple of other schools that I might recommend you check out if you are in this Middletown cluster besides Middletown Elementary School. One of them would be Low Elementary, which is over in this Hurstbourne neighborhood. And then the other one that I would recommend you check out is Stouffer Elementary, which is going to be one of your choices. And that is just a little bit further outside of here it is, outside of the Gene Snyder Expressway up in this area. So you're going to have to come Shelbyville Road, come up this way and get off to Stouffer. So Stouffer has a rating of 6 out of 10 on the Great Schools ratings. And then Low Elementary that I mentioned to you also has a 6 out of 10 on the Great Schools rating. The public middle school option in this area is Crosby Middle School. It has a Great Schools rating of 4 out of 10. Eastern High School is your high school option. It is a 6 out of 10 on the Great Schools rating, and it's located just off Shelbyville Road, Middletown. Now, if you're wanting to look at some private school options for your children, I have a couple of suggestions. If you're interested in a classical education model, there is Highlands Latin School located right there. They have 2 campuses in Louisville, but you do have this Middletown location that would be convenient for you. If you're looking for K through 8 Catholic school, you're going to want to check out St. Pat's or St. Patrick. And then if you're looking for Christian education, Christian Academy of Louisville is the largest and most popular Christian school in the city. And it is located very conveniently to Middletown. Southeast Christian Church, Christian Academy, they're all in that Middletown area. You're going to have a lot of families choosing that church in that school who are living in that Middletown area. Up next, I'm going to tell you some of the top-rated outdoor activities and parks in the Middletown neighborhood. But before I do that, I wanted to make sure you knew about my Louisville relocation roadmap. Take a second to look down in the description. If you're thinking about making the move to Louisville, Kentucky, I want you to go ahead and download this relocation roadmap. I know what it was like when I relocated to Louisville almost 13 years ago. It was very overwhelming. I didn't know all the steps that I would really need to take to successfully relocate here. This is what the roadmap is for. It breaks everything down for you step by step and makes it simple. It will help you to feel less overwhelmed with all of the options out there and all of the steps in the process of moving to Louisville. So please do take a minute to download this free relocation roadmap. All you have to do is click on the link, go ahead and fill out the information, and you will instantly have access to that free download. And I really do have a desire to help make this process simpler for you as you consider relocating to Louisville. As far as outdoor recreation, there are 2 parks. There's a lot of smaller parks in Middletown, but 2 larger recreational opportunities that I want to make sure you're aware of. The first is Beckley Creek Park. Now, this is privately owned. It is an expansive set of interconnected park systems that goes all the way actually across the Louisville area. So you can see kind of all of this park area. It's just one park after the next, and they're all interconnected. There's fishing and hiking and soccer and splash grounds and all different kinds of things. But let me show you in this Beckley area what's going to be closest to Middletown is this Beckley Creek Park. It is really gorgeous. Okay, I've fished off this bridge with my children. Here is the spray ground. In the summertime, they turn that on. Beautiful hiking, lots of places to walk around and explore, a really neat interactive playground there. But they have trails that are paved. Then they have more like off the beaten path trails. So whatever is your level of hiking and activity, you're going to be able to do it in this park. A lot of people cycling in that area. There's a lot of kids' activities and sports here as well, especially soccer. There's a meeting center. You can go canoeing. There's just a lot of recreation in this area. There's even some swimming holes that people will go to be able to swim in Beckley Park. The other park that I want to tell you about is Tom Sawyer State Park. It's located right up there, not that far at all from Middletown. Let's see here, some pictures. Okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't know it had a pool, but it's saying that there's a pool. I actually didn't know that. I knew about this playground. I know about the tennis there. Lots of trails, but yeah, it's a beautiful park as well. And there is a meeting room like space there as well. You're going to see a lot of wildlife. They used to have tennis courts. A lot of the tennis courts have been converted into pickleball courts since pickleball's taking over the world. But yeah, this is a lot like a gathering place for a lot of families and outdoor. I'm going to be honest with you, living in Middletown is not going to be for everyone. So if you're not sure based on what you've heard that this is the right spot for you, I do want to recommend another neighborhood for you to check out. But before I do that, I just wanted to tell you again what a privilege it is for me to help people move within the Louisville, Kentucky area. So if you're thinking about making the move, buying or selling in Louisville, please do go ahead and reach out with my contact information below. Okay, so if you don't think Middletown is the right fit for you, another neighborhood I want to suggest you check out is Prospect, Kentucky. If you're needing a little bit more space, a bigger house, I think this would be another great neighborhood for you to check out in the Louisville area. Go ahead and check out my video, a map tour of living in Prospect, Kentucky. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.